So what's going on, guys? My name is Violent. Welcome to GRIZZ Zombies. Treyarch just released the storyline trailer, and we all got a good look at that, and Samantha Maxis returns. So what do you guys think about that? It's very interesting, and I got a lot to talk about when it comes to what we're actually seeing, because the snow globe plays a big factor into what's going on. So to understand what's going on, we got to understand why the snow globe is important. She's recalling certain points of her memory. That's what each one of these maps represents. There's a greater story being told here with Samantha, one that is very difficult to understand at this point in time. Once we know all the Easter eggs and potentially the super Easter egg, we'll be able to find out the definition behind the children. We like to think that Samantha has some special abilities still, that something's hidden behind this mask that we're constantly shown. Why is her true power hidden? We know that she was so powerful when she fell into the MPD on Moon. Is that going to play a role again? We know that the storyline is being told from the past to mix with Black Ops 3, but are these Easter eggs going to be remastered in such a way that it will potentially change elements within the storyline that we currently know? So we ask, who are you, Samantha? Are you the Samantha that we always knew? The Samantha that's powerful within the MPD? Are you a different Samantha in the House of Revelations? As the entire act of Revelations was playing out, we kind of looked at Samantha and thought in our heads, does she just not have any powers anymore? She's been stripped of all her abilities? Or is the soul that's in the house currently the soul that was not supposed to be there? Is this the Samantha that is conscious? Is this the Samantha that comes from the Black Ops 2 storyline? If that's the case, this changes the whole dynamic of what we think of Samantha. This is a very deep storyline, so taking that into consideration, Samantha is recalling her past right now. She's in the house and she's looking at the snow globe, and the way she's remembering all this is by shaking the snow globe. Let's pretend for a second that Samantha's starting to become more conscious. Things in the house are starting to recollect memories that she never thought she would have. As you know, in the radios that we've heard in the past, her dad's feeling disconnected from her. But Maxis is soulless. He doesn't have a soul. He's a roaming body with a mind. And so he's feeling disconnected from his daughter. I do have a strong feeling, my spidey senses are tingling, that we will have a new ending to Revelations, or some sort of super egg that's going to give us some clarity as to where we're going with this story, or if it's all over. I think breaking the cycle is something that everybody is curious about. Will we see it or will we not see it? It's up to us to discover those Easter eggs and find out ourselves, or deem it as something that is bow-tied up and is just not going to happen. As I look at these flash frames, the one that we're constantly seeing throughout the trailer and the storyline trailer for Zombie Chronicles, it's mostly showing images of zombies coming at you, zombies attacking you, still frames of this actually occurring. And the one that most people will probably miss is when Samantha actually disappears. There's another flash frame there, but it's just zombies. It looks like the old Knock zombies. So let's look at them all in a row, back to back. I'm going to show you this 2 times in a row with every flash frame back to back. So you guys can let me know in the comments below if you guys see something here that I'm missing. One thing I found quite confusing is that I can't tell if it's foreshadowing the next map going back to back with flash frames like that. And that's what I'm mostly confused about, because these don't seem to have any storyline significance that are detrimental in a way that I need to just tell you that it's shocking. That's not true. This trailer overall, moving scene to scene, and things that we'll see within that, but based on storyline implications, it needs to be deep information. It can't just be the surfaced information that you're just seeing in frame. Perhaps the most interesting part of this trailer is that it's a Revelations trailer. This looks post-Revelations or pre-Revelations, and we have to sort of take that with a grain of salt right now. I feel like we need another trailer, and based on the information that we got, it seems like we have one more trailer to go before the actual release, and that potentially is the gameplay trailer, since this is considered a storyline trailer. I think a pretty cool thing is that the Ray Gun Mark II is returning in all the maps. You can get Perkaholic on each and every one of these maps. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people are okay with that idea. I think having Gobblegums is just a way we're evolving as a community. We just have to accept that this is part of the gameplay now. And so I'm okay with that. I've come to the point of acceptance with the Gobblegums. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. If you're just a classic player, you don't have to use gobble gums, and it doesn't have to wreck these maps for you. So as most of you probably already know, this package is going for $29.99 in the United States. I believe $24.99 for the UK, but I don't know about the currency in other countries. I just know that it's $29.99 in the United States where I'm at, and I've already purchased it. Let me know if you guys have as well. I'd like to know exactly out there who's going to be playing Chronicles, because we're the community, man. We're the community out there that tries to keep these patch notes on track, and we're very accepting as well of others just getting involved and trying to learn the meta of the game. That's what this channel's all about. Samantha has a frickin' snow globe going map to map with a simple shake of the wrist. If you notice, as these transitions go back to back, Samantha is shaking the snow globe, and that's what's changing the maps. It's interesting because at first she was just holding the snow globe. Now she's playing with toys. The more she keeps thinking about these characters, the more they seem to come to life. Is the reason that Samantha's alone right now in the house is because she's the first to arrive? Is this the actual setting in which this is occurring? But with the ending of Revelations, it makes a really confusing point in our heads where this gets confusing as well. Samantha tends to disappear, and when that happens, another Samantha comes out of the woodwork, and we're left trying to discover what that means. But Treyarch did leave us one last scene, and that's this one here that I'm replaying for you. And she's closing the window, but you'll notice that the window is snowy. There's snow outside. This window here, there is no snow, and this is in the middle of the trailer when we actually find this out. So if we zoom in, we'll see it clearly. This is just the leaves outside, and there's no snow on those leaves. That's very important because when she's holding the globe at the beginning, there's also no snow outside. And this is the moment where she's in the house, the original house that we know from the Revelations cutscenes. But ultimately what we're trying to discover is if there's a change in Samantha, of all the information that we're given, if we can put this together in such a way that we can come up with the conclusion that she actually is conscious of what's going on and starting to remember exactly what her past was. This expansion could be greater than we think. It could be an implication leading into the next game, so we have to consider that. And if this story is being told, we could be seeing the change in Samantha happen over the course of Zombie Chronicles. All 8 maps could be telling us how this is forming into Black Ops 4, or whatever title they want to call it. Samantha is going through some sort of emotional journey right now, and that's what we got to pay attention to. One thing I'm not sure of is if we're going to get another cutscene outside of the Origins cutscene. The rest of the maps don't have animated cutscenes. The Easter egg takes place within the gameplay of the game. Notice all the 1.0 characters around the globe. They're all chopped up, or all the body parts are pulled apart. It's that significant in some way, shape, or form. The old characters end up dying. You know, those are the 1.0 characters. Their souls that actually get brought into the house when the children become important in Black Ops 3. We have a window closing and it's snowing outside. The ultimate destination of which Samantha was dreaming about, she actually got there. So is this their first step towards this new path? That's my question to you. And if we're on the right track, what path is she trying to take? She knows who Dr. Monty is. She's aware of this information. And is she going to try to dethrone him? That's kind of the thought process we had behind Richtofen with the summoning key, and that's how we initially thought we were going to break the cycle, was that he was going to overthrow Monty with the blood vials. Since that is a complete cycle, and this is maybe how Black Ops 3 actually comes to a close, will we see Samantha go through an emotional change where she is the important one now? And we need to pay more attention to who she is more so than who Richtofen is. Has the status quo changed? I feel that the dynamic between Samantha and Richtofen is very powerful. I think they intertwine so well, and people get interested just by the way they talk. That is what makes this game so great, and I do not think that the paradigm shift will happen more towards Samantha than it will to Richtofen. I feel they'll both play a very important role in the upcoming game and potentially in Zombie Chronicles with the Super Easter egg. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you got a little more clarity on what is going on with Samantha in this new trailer. I thought it was awesome, and I cannot wait for the actual release of this to happen. If you guys need the release time, release date, or anything like that, I'll have it linked in the description box below in a video I did recently. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Viollent out.